Cadences are phrases that you've probably heard thrown around before by your ensemble directors, and you weren't exactly sure what they meant. Sometimes in marching band, people use the term cadence to be something that a drum line plays as the group marches down the street. But that's definitely not the context that we're using cadence for. A cadence is at the end of a musical phrase. Think of it as the period at the end of the sentence. All right, it is something that terminates an idea. All right, so typically they're going to be chords that are related to the cadence. A cadence can only happen at a phrase ending. All right, so you might have 5 to 1 happen in a piece, but if it's not a phrase ending, it doesn't count. All right, so how do you tell where a phrase ends? Well, you have to look at the piece of music and see where it seems like there's a little bit of a pause. What happens is when we look at, here's the 4, and you've seen videos on it, and you've read about it, that any chord that goes to 5 is a half cadence, 5 to 1 is an authentic, 4 to 1 is plagal, 5 to anything that's not 1 is deceptive. But what does that look like in music? So I'm going to pull back up this music that we did, and we're going to listen to the top line. Keep playing that C sharp, I apologize. All right, so there's the first time we've had a spot where the music kind of takes a little pause, right? This is clearly the second phrase. Right, and that's another one right there. Ba-na-na-na-na. All right, so if I look at those two spots where I felt like things sort of ended a little bit, or terminated, ideas terminated, what do I see? I see a chord that goes from 5 to 1. What would that be? 5 to 1. That would be a form of authentic cadence. Now, if you look carefully, a perfect authentic cadence is when you go to 5 to 1 and you end on tonic in the soprano voice. Well, this doesn't do that. It's an inversion. This is an authentic cadence. This is imperfect authentic cadence. Sorry, IAC. All right, and if we look down here, this cadence goes from something to 5. Well, back over here, when we go from something to 5, we have a half cadence. So you've just seen how in a piece of music that it uses cadences. All right. Now, if we looked and we went through and we looked at the whole piece, we would definitely find perfect authentic cadences, half cadences, and imperfect authentic cadences. You might find a deceptive cadence. You most likely won't find plagal. Plagal is typically when you get to the end of the piece. All right. So here I'm playing in the key of D. I have a 5 chord, and then I end on 1, and then at the end you get the. And if you've ever been to a church where they sing hymns, you'll recognize that as the Amen. So that is that type of cadence. So that is the way that you look for cadences in music and find cadence. You have to find the phrase, look at the last 2 chords that make up the phrase, label them. That's your cadence.